Like, you know what I'm saying? We would have been way more on our business and, you know, our rights and our publishing and, you know what I'm saying? And all the things that, you know, we didn't know like that. So I would have
Hmm.
definitely been, we've learned a lot. And I wish if I knew that now, and we would have made moves differently. We would have made moves differently. Like you
Definitely.
said, the biggest thing is we would have said no to some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
knowing
Right.
that we had this sound that everybody really wanted, and we could have held out for a bigger label and all that stuff or whatever. You know, they're just not
Hmm.
taking the first thing that comes along, like B says. So I think that's it. But mostly knowing the business would have been the biggest thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like with that, even that being said, man, it's like back then nobody really like when you shopped the label because you were looking for your record and stuff. You wasn't pretty much at that age like looking at the accolades that the label had. You were looking at the artist that they had.
And they had
So
and they had BDP, and
yeah,
like that's
BD,
that was good enough for me. That was
Right.
like,
KRS-One was crushing the world. At times he still is. So
yeah.
we was like, oh, you know what? We not going to B-Boy Records. We going to KRS-One. We going to become label mates with KRS-One, and
Right.
certain things excite you back then, man. But no, definitely as many people would have said back then, like like y'all could have got signed for any label with any label based on Strong Island. But
Mm.
back then it was like it's easier to say that like after you sign to somebody and
Yeah.
you've been shopping to all of these other labels. One of the biggest things that we had went through back then was we were from Long Island. So the labels was in the city and stuff, and they really didn't know how to market us as suburban kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was
Right.
like pretty much, like you don't see no crime, you don't got no projects where you live. Just that, I mean, Long Island got a lot of crime, but I mean, we also, we don't have the projects like the city and stuff. So when we go
And
into the
subways and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we couldn't rap about that stuff, man. And they was like, saying, well, we don't know how to market y'all because y'all ain't seen no real street crimes type. And I'm like, yeah, well, we did, but we don't live in it. So it's like,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Some magazine wrote, and sorry to cut you, B. Some
Nah,
magazine
you
wrote
good, bro.
about us. They were like, yeah, they're good kids that listen to their parents and cut the grass on Saturday. Like, you know, they thought that was a diss to us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to say like we
Nah.
not hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we were all those things though. Although we came from hood areas. Like I came from the south side of Mount Vernon and B came from Brooklyn. We came from hood areas. And we
Right.
have family members that still live there. So, you know, we had that, but we lived in a house, you know what I'm saying, with two cars in the garage, and